Microsoft Azure allows you to restore a deleted database to the time it was deleted or to any time within the backup retention period. You can select the deleted database you wish to restore from the pool of deleted databases. You are able to restore a deleted database because the automatic backups are saved for a given period of time. They are retained for a given period of time. And the retention period depends on the service tier of your database. So for a standard tier, it's 35 days. For basic tier, it's currently 7 days. In this demo, we're going to look at restoring a deleted database using the Azure portal. Now, some of the databases that I created from previous demos where I did some restores, I have since deleted. Now, in order to restore a database that has been deleted, you need to log into the Azure portal. You need to go to All Resources. You need to choose the SQL server that hosts our Azure database. So in my case, it's going to be ToyStore SQL. And then in the settings section of the ToyStore SQL pane, you want to click on Deleted Databases. This will provide you with a list of databases that have been deleted and the times that they were deleted. So you can see there ToyStore was deleted back in July, and this morning I have deleted my restored copy of the ToyStore database. I'm going to choose the bottom one here, ToyStore with a date. Okay, and then we get to the Restore pane. Now, in the Restore pane, we get to provide a name for the restored database. So I'm going to call it ToyStore Deleted Restore. The target server, this is locked out. Okay, so the deleted databases can only be restored to the same server that the original database was deleted from. And just note there, the restore point is set to the deletion date we opted to restore the database to. So we're going right up to when I deleted it earlier on today, and I'm going to click on OK. We'll see here at the top of the screen, my database is being deployed and being restored. GeoRestore allows you to restore a database from a geo-redundant backup to any of the Azure SQL servers, irrespective of the region. The Azure SQL database's automatic backup, a copy to a different region, when they're taken, is a maximum delay of an hour when copying the database to a different geographical region. Therefore, with this setup, in case of a disaster, there can be up to 1 hour's worth of data loss. GeoRestore can be used to recover the database in case of an entire region failure. So if an entire region fails because of a disaster, we can use GeoRestore to help us. So in the example here, the East Coast data center we lose, we can restore to the US West Coast. Now, GeoRestore doesn't support point-in-time restore. GeoRestore is the most basic disaster recovery solution with the longest recovery time, which can take up to about 12 hours, which is quite significant, but in the event of a full-scale disaster, probably not too bad either. There may be a reasonable recovery solution for databases using the basic tier. However, for standard and premium services, those tiers, active georeplication is the recommended method. Now, you can import, when it comes to importing a database, you can import a database into Azure SQL Server from a backpack or DACpack file that's kept in Azure storage. The import operation will create a new Azure SQL database from the backpack file. The backpack file can be imported to any of the available Azure SQL servers in any given region. And this can be useful for quickly creating new test environments, for example. The import can be done through the portal, PowerShell, the Azure command line interface, or the Azure SDK. In this exercise, we'll import a database from a backpack file that exists in Azure Storage. Now, in order to do this, I will log into the portal. Then on the left-hand side menu, I'm going to click on All Resources. Then I'm going to select the Azure SQL database server that I want to import my database to. So I'm going to choose ToyStore SQL. And when that pane opens up, I'm going to choose the Import Database option. Now, when this pane opens up, I'm going to choose my subscription. So mine is the MSDN platform. Then I'm going to configure pointer to my storage account. So I'm going to click on storage. I'm going to choose Now I've got a storage account called Toy Store Storage, and I've got a container in there called Backpack, and in there I've got a backpack file of the Toy Store database. Okay, I'm going to choose my backpack file and I'm going to click on select at the bottom. Then I give the database a name, so I'm going to call this Toy Store Import. I'm going to keep the same collation. I'm going to give the same password as previously, and I'm going to click on OK, and that will go away and it will import my database from a backpack file stored in my Azure storage account.